She texted at 2:03 a.m. Something came up at work. Relax, I'll explain soon. I stared at that message for a long time. Not because I believed it, but because it was the exact phrasing she'd used once before when she'd lied about overtime. That night, she came home smelling of cologne that wasn't mine. So I replied calm and clean, "No need to explain. Stay with your boss. You're single now." Then I turned off my phone, poured myself a drink, and waited. The doorbell rang 20 minutes later. Hard, desperate knocks, like a confession trying to escape her throat. I didn't move. Let her sweat. Let her panic. I watched her silhouette through the frosted glass, trembling hands, mascara running, phone pressed to her ear, my name flashing on her screen. She thought I'd open. She thought tears still worked. They used to. I met her 7 years ago, Leah, at a fundraiser where she laughed like the world was in on her secret. She was brilliant, sharp, ambitious. I fell in love with that fire, not realizing it would one day burn through me. We built everything together, the house, the business, the trust. She said I made her feel safe. I used to think that was love. Now I know it was control she feared losing. The first betrayal was small, a message, half deleted. I confronted her, she cried, promised it was nothing. I wanted to believe her so badly that I did. I rebuilt trust on sand, and she smiled as it sank. But this time, I didn't ask. I'd been watching her for months. You learn a lot when you stop talking. Patterns, tone shifts, the way she'd guard her phone like it contained state secrets. How her meetings always aligned with her boss's schedule. Gavin, a man who thought charm was currency. So I adapted, installed a backup on her cloud, accessed her messages, her photos, her calendar invites. Not to stalk her, to study her. She once called me predictable. That was her mistake. The proof came quietly. A hotel reservation under Gavin's assistant's name. A photo, her reflection caught accidentally in the mirror behind him. Intimate, careless. That one image killed the last piece of me that cared to forgive. Revenge isn't about rage. Rage is sloppy. Revenge is precision. While she was playing house in hotel rooms, I was dissolving hours piece by piece. I moved funds, shifted ownerships, canceled joint accounts. My lawyer, a quiet man who hated drama, drew up every document while I smiled and kissed her goodnight. I even helped her pack for her business trip. The company shares she thought she owned, I bought her out through a dummy agreement. The house? Legally, mine alone after she agreed to a refinance she didn't bother reading. I made sure her promotion depended on Gavin, tied her rise to his fall. By the time that 2 a.m. text came, everything was already in place. The next morning she tried to act like nothing happened, made coffee, wore my shirt. The performance would have fooled anyone else, but I was playing a longer game. 2 days later, an anonymous email reached her HR department. Screenshots, call logs, photos. Not from me, of course, from a concerned employee. Gavin was suspended pending investigation. Leah's name was dragged alongside his. The next week, her credit card stopped working. The accounts were locked. Her car, technically mine, was towed from the office lot. When she called me, I answered once. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, voice trembling. "You texted me," I said. "Something came up at work." Then I hung up. It all came to a head at her office Friday morning. I was invited. The board needed clarification about company funds. I walked in wearing calm like a weapon. Leah sat across the table, pale, hollow-eyed. Gavin avoided eye contact, sweating through his suit. I slid a folder across the table. Records, transfers, proof of misconduct, all pointing to Gavin. Leah's name conveniently clean. The board devoured it. Gavin was done. She looked at me, confused. She expected destruction, not mercy. That was part of it. I wanted her to owe me the survival of her career. I wanted her to realize she'd built her ladder on my design. Later that evening, she came home, yes, home, thinking maybe I'd forgiven her. I let her talk, cry, promise. Then I gave her the envelope. Divorce papers, dated the night of her 2 a.m. text. Her hands shook. Her eyes searched mine for softness. There was none left. "I didn't sleep with him," she whispered. "You did worse," I said. "You made me stop caring." She moved out within a week. Her reputation survived barely. Gavin's didn't. The company kept her, but everyone knew how she got there. She walks around now with a smile too bright, trying to prove she's fine. I see her sometimes, at the cafe near her new apartment. She doesn't see me. Or maybe she pretends not to. I don't hate her anymore. Hate requires attachment. What I feel now is colder, cleaner. Satisfaction, not from ruining her, but from mastering the silence she never understood. People think revenge is about making them suffer. It's not. It's about taking back control, about ensuring they can't touch your peace again. When she texted me that night, she thought she had time to explain. She didn't realize she was already out of the story, a ghost typing into a number that no longer belonged to her. Sometimes I still look at that message. Something came up at work, relax, I'll explain soon. And I smile. Because she was right. Something did come up, just not the way she expected.